Okay, I've spent the last few hours working on this song for my father, and I'm excited. He's gonna get it tomorrow, and it could be better, but I'm pretty happy with it for kind of a 2 day turnaround here. And honestly, the kind of cool thing is, how like with Christmas gifts, you're always like, oh, here's a receipt, unless you want to like return it if you didn't quite get you what you wanted or whatever. He could just say, hey, can you change these things? I could just change them for him. So I think he'll like it though. I think it'll be good. Added my own vocal, added a guitar part. I think I added a few little mandolin instruments as well. It's only like 2.5 minutes long, so I'll just play it all the way through here. You can enjoy. This is the Sweet By and By. A lot of layers in there I really, really like. A few things I've never done before on this channel or maybe ever, and I'm really excited about it. Namely, this guitar tracking down here. I've never tracked electric guitar DI-in like this. This was a tip I got from Tails. I was in one of his review sessions. He was listening to one of my tracks, and he was like, yeah, this would do well with the guitar. And I'm like, I don't know how to track electric guitar. He's like, just plug it DI in. And I was like, really? It sounds that good? And boy, howdy does it. It's crazy to me how strong the signal can be. Like, if you look at this guy over here, and like there's nothing here. Like this guy over here, when bounced, becomes this, and this is with 5 gain of reduction, or five negative gain there, 5 decibels, or 5 decibels of reduction is what I'm trying to say. There's information in here. I keep zooming in, keep looking for it. It just looks like a flat line to me. But this sound is in here just with all of this on top of it. This is just tuning. So this is just a tuner. This is some compression. This is reverb. This is some EQ and some more EQ. And most of it's probably this guy doing like some massive gain. This is just an amp, just a guitar rig. This comes as part of, I think it comes free with Kontakt. I'm not quite sure. I got it through the Kontakt library and slapped it on there, plugged my electric guitar in, DIYs. I just sat there and just noodled. It was so much fun. I wasted I had a great time spending like 40 minutes to an hour just jamming on an electric guitar in my apartment very loudly. And all my neighbors hear is the strings. It was great. I had a great time. So now all these tracks down here are electric guitar tracks and just little bits of swell. This is all volume pedal, like articulate and then volume pedal in. Kind of give it a lap steel vibe. I really would love to have a lap steel, learn how to play lap steel. Things like this over here where, like, listen how loud that is. Despite being like almost invisible on the chart, you know, like this is so funny to me how quiet this signal is. That is getting modified up into the guitar sound you're hearing, but it sounds good. So I'm not bothering them. I'm not touching it. And with a lot of them, I bounced them just so I could put them in their own channels and bring them, adjust the volume just by adjusting the channel. Felt easier than like going in and automating a bunch of gain stuff. And also let me just like bounce it and then not have a second channel with all these effects on it. And yeah, just do all my recording in here. And then anytime I found something I liked, bounced it, put it down here, adjusted the volume, and then recorded something else. We put in this other instrument as well, this little library. This Hearths and Hollow is what it's called. Hearth and Hollow. This from Spitfire. I got this for like $30. I had it on sale on St. Patrick's Day, and I have a video kind of walking through that plugin way back in the day. And this thing just continues to be really cool, have really good authentic sounds. It's a good mandolin. I guarantee you, my father's going to be like, "Oh, you recorded them? Who played the mandolin on this?" You know, like it's if you don't listen to mandolin a lot, my dad listens to a lot of mandolin, but it's kind of buried in the mix here. We're like, sounds good, right? You know, so. What else did we add today? The main thing was the guitar. I added a few partials into the sub just to make it pop up a little bit more in the mix, but really otherwise, the other thing I added was my own voice here. Added this. And fun fact, if you've watched me record vocals on this channel before, I've always used my phone and then just bounced a voice memo to myself. I now have my DI, you know, the interface I'm using to record the guitar. I was able to record the vocals as well, so finally able to directly track vocals directly into Logic, and it worked well. Though I will say, unfortunately, you can kind of hear it in here. There's a hum. You listen to this. Hear that little sort of sound that's happening? Guarantee that has to do with all the electrical wires running on top of this thing. If I were able to isolate all the wires here a little bit more, I could probably get that signal a little bit cleaner. So that's something I'll work on, over the next few months or so. I was trying to get that signal to a place where I can really record it cleanly. I also want to make sure I can get this microphone. I have to unplug the microphone from the cable it's currently plugged into and plug it into the audio interface. So I want to see if there's like a XLR splitter so I can just like run this one microphone into two different places at once so I can really easily track. I'm sure that thing exists. So, but yeah, put this with their vocals as kind of a backup, not a backup, a background vocal. The Sweet By and By has this kind of call and response sort of thing that happens oftentimes in various churches when they sing the song.
Sing of rest in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore.
It's pretty, fit in well. I created some 3-part harmony and some sub points, and then some counterpoint at other points. So overall, really happy with how this sounds. I think the one thing it could really use is like just a few little kind of like percussion, like sort of sounds here and there. But the one thing that is frustrating is because this is a very loose recording, I'm kind of ignoring the tempo at this point. Anything I try to put in like automated drums wise will be way too rigid and will really draw attention to how kind of flowy the time is. We kind of fluctuate on tempo here. And so I can't do that. I would have to like live kind of perform them in, and I'm running out of time. So might get that in at some point, but probably won't show you that here. Yep, that's the track though. Hope you enjoyed it. That's all we have time for today. Happy Merry Christmas Eve. Hope you guys have a good one out there. Stay safe. See you tomorrow.